Hey y'all, the Lorcana Grinder here, back again with another video. Today we have Stitch Turbo on the right versus a Ruby Amber Princess Stitch type deck on the left. Not quite sure what the name of it's going to be quite yet, but sure know that the deck is cool. Mulan's a good card. Looks like player on the right won the die roll, so they get choose go first. But now they're mulliganing their hands. Some theory on that Amber Ruby deck. Mulan's an insane card. The ability to just gain lore off being able to banish generates so much advantage. On top of Stitch generating so much advantage. Dragonfire is also a really good Ruby card. Not a lot of decks have good spot removal like that. So being able to just remove a guy whenever you feel like it, once you have your 5 mana, really solid. Looks like the left player decided shuffling up, giving to gut. Game's about to start. Doing the final cuts here. And right side is just standard Stitch Turbo. Does what it does. Pumps out Stitch, turn 3 to 5, and then just combos. Gains so much advantage off the fact that Rockstar Stitch is a broken card. Looks like Princess Minnie's going down as ink. Taps it. Let's see what they're going to do. Summons his Hey. Passes. Player on the left is thinking. Looks like they put Moana down as ink. Taps her, and then plays Stitch and passes. Draws. Untaps their Inkwell. Puts Hey down as Inkwell. Okay. Taps one for Baby Stitch. Taps another one for Hey. Thinking of what they want to do. Their Stitch and Hey can't do anything, but this Hey that was their last turn can. So it looks like they're gonna quest the Hey, gain one more, and pass. Looks like the player on the left drew Mulan for turn, so pretty good setup. Have some follow-up plays, puts Donald down. Thinking what they're gonna do. Looks like they're tapping 2. Lantern, very good tempo card. Okay. Attacks Stitch into Hey. Takes 1 damage, gets rid of that threat. Hey, with its ability being able to gain 1 attack on a dude, very, very strong, especially as a good early tempo card. Player on the left has the ink advantage currently. Lantern putting in so much work, especially later in the game. Puts Olaf down. Thinking what they want to do. Oh, Yzma. Yzma's insane. The ability to just move around your top card. One of the only ways to cycle through a deck in this early version of Lorcana. Then lures Stitch for 1. Or puts him on a quest, rather. Thinking puts another Donald down. Taps 4. What are we playing? Hades. Hades gonna add back that Stitch, gain some value. Nice +1 there. Don't know how many cards in hand the Ruby player has, but a lot more than the Amber. Or the Stitch Turbo player, mind you. 4 Inkwell down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Rockstar Stitch. Now they got all ready for combo next turn. Reading over, figuring out what they do. With the new shift mechanics, they can quest because the Stitch was on the field the previous turn, or they can attack. Can't because they don't have a tapped monster, but if there was, they would be able to. Looks like the top card wasn't good enough, so they put it on the bottom. Pass. Ruby player draws, untaps everything. Thinking of their sequencings. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 6 cards in hand for the Ruby player. It's a lot. They have 6 cards to their. Looks like 3. Taps 5. Summons his Mulan. Most likely he's just going to attack Hades into Yzma. That's probably a good tempo play. Get rid of the Yzma. Yzma just does so much with the Rockstar Stitch, being able to manipulate top decks. Looks like they're thinking of what they want to do. Nope. An Aladdin, we see. Yeah, they're going to swing. Both die. On tap. They got 4 mana down, 2 cards in hand, Rockstar Stitch. So if they're able to utilize those 4 mana with a couple of 1-drops and gain a bunch of draws, then they can gain a lot of advantage. Oop, there it is. 1. Ooh, looks like they drew a Yzma. That's really good. Tap 2. Another draw. Ah, Rockstar Stitch. That's unfortunate. It is good because they have potential follow-up with the Baby Stitch on the field, though. So if their thing were to be added by, like, anything, because they're being very conservative, yeah, that Dragonfire that's in the hand is able to out the Rockstar Stitch. So even though they're conservative and keeping the Rockstar Stitch untapped, they're just getting added. And under the new shift mechanics, all characters that are underneath the shifted character go where the shifted character goes. So since Rockstar Stitch was banished off Dragonfire, the Baby Stitch underneath gets banished. Mulan is attacking into Yzma, takes a couple of damage, getting rid of the Temple card. So right now they only got Rockstar Stitch and Baby Stitch. Not a good top deck, drew Elsa for turn. If that was a low cost, they might have been able to do stuff, but since it's a high cost card, 3 or higher, doesn't combo with Rockstar Stitch and can't really do much here. Ruby players in the driver's seat now. As long as they're able to deal with the Rockstar Stitch or potentially put more things down that can put pressure, they should have the game. The amount of tempo that they've been able to keep. Yeah, and they're just Dragonfire. Deals with their other Rockstar Stitch, and now the Stitch Turbo player is very behind. Thinking, oh, they used 5 though, so they only really have 1, so they can't do much. Yeah, they're just passing. Oh, it looks like a LeFou. They drew. Tap 3, probably just summons both here, just to get some pressure up. Unfortunately, they can't do anything against the Mulan, and the Mulan can just freely go on quests, or now the Ruby player with all the cards, they can just set up. LeFou as quest, or as Inkwell, my bad. Taps the lantern, everything, summons his Aladdin. He has a cool ability that whenever he banishes a monster, he makes the opponent lose 2 lore while you gain 2 lore. So he doesn't even have to go on a quest. He gains lores through alternative methods. One of the strongest cards in the game right now. A little hard to get out, but if you play an Aladdin deck with him in it, you can get him out a lot sooner. We don't play that card in this deck right now, so we're just playing the hard Aladdin. Untap. Oh, so we did quest the Mulan, so gained 1. Looks like another LeFou is coming down. Gonna probably deal with the Mulan here. Attack 2 into Mulan, most likely. I'll have to use LeFou and Elsa to deal with the Mulan. But if they have a way to add it back, then it'll be a little unfortunate. But if they don't do anything, then the Mulan can't attack, and she's just gaining 1 more. Same thing with the Aladdin. The Aladdin can't do anything, can't make you lose lore if it can't banish one of your dudes. And looks like it's a good thing they did, because they drew Hades for turn. So Hades would have been able to come down and essentially outright whatever they did that turn. Getting rid of the Mulan just didn't matter to them. Gained 3 lore, and now they're probably just going to out-tempo, because putting any of their cards in tap position just puts them at disadvantage. And with the Aladdin being a 5/5 drop, it's very hard to out it because they only have 4 damage on the field right now. Now they got 6, but the broom has summoning sickness, so looks like they're going to figure out what to reshuffle. Triggering the broom. Aw, there they go. The card's going everywhere. Yeah, shuffling that Rockstar Stitch up. Trying to give her a statistical chance of seeing it. Looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a couple cards in graveyard, so the deck's at least under 50. So now she has a 3 out of 50 or so chance to get Rockstar Stitch. Way better than 2 out of 50 or so. Maybe get her back in the game. Draw for turn. Seeing their options. Looks like they drew a Rockstar Stitch. That's the play they're going to do. Place down the Rockstar Stitch. Gains a lot. Not as impactful in this deck as the other deck where you can gain so much advantage, but the fact that you can gain 3 lore off it in a next turn ramps up lore very quickly. Puts a lot of pressure, especially them not being able to really deal with it. Puts Olaf down. Interesting. Maybe waiting for a next turn play. Seeing what they can do. Oh, didn't do anything. No. Draws a Moana for turn. Same thing. You can play the Moana. Puts a lot of pressure. That 3 lore. This turn they're able to just gain 6 lore, and the opponent really can't do anything. Yeah, puts them at 13 to the 3. So much card advantage, so much lore advantage. They're just way far ahead. Draws another broom. Doesn't do much here. Could in theory put another Rockstar Stitch back. If they want to. Try to draw it, but oh, they're putting Baby Stitch. Looks like they're putting Baby Stitch back. Shuffling up here. The Amber Stitch Turbo player really needs to figure out what they're going to deal with this. Moana's already at 3, so they're essentially, oh, they're just passing. They can't. They just lose if they pass. So yeah, it looks like they're going to swing. So it also does 2 damage into Stitch. Also gets banished. They can attack Broom and then like Fu get rid of it. But then even then, that's 3 bodies for just a singular Rockstar Stitch. Which that's huge value, especially with already gaining 3 lore for the Ruby player. And they just pass. Can't deal with anything. They got 6 lore, so it's going to put them at 19. So all I got to do is just stick 1 guy that has 1 lore and then quest everything, and then they win on the following turn. Yep, and that's what they do. Hades grab back Rockstar Stitch, and then just quest. And that'll be the game. Now they're just style pointing. Putting style points on the opponent. Playing that Rockstar Stitch. Yeah, quest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then now they have plenty, and the opponent really can't come back. So most likely we're going to see a concession very shortly. Yeah, the Mulan gets readied because of the Moana's ability. Yep, and there you go. Looks like a concession from the Stitch Turbo player. Can't really do much here. Draws the mini for turn. That's the game.